Hi, this is Dorothy Smith. Today I'm going to do two card challenges using Color Dare for the challenges, both challenges actually. And I like Mojo Monday. I like the Atlantic Heart Sketch Challenge. The sketches are suggestions, and so you generally want to get the idea of what they are expressing. And so you don't have to follow it. You know, if you see a flower, it doesn't have to be a flower. You know, you saw that scallop, it didn't have to be a scallop. So I am using the Oh My Heart papers. So I'll make a couple of Valentine cards while I'm at it. So this ribbon, which is actually cute, is a discontinued one from Close to My Heart. So it's got all these hearts on it, so I had to use it. And I'm just using Tombow on here, and it's sticking very well. So that's kind of nice. So I'm going to, it's like a big X. Like, isn't the X, let me see, is the X the kiss? I guess the X and O, so the O must be a hug and the X is a kiss. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm kind of using the idea of an X and an O for my card. So it's like a big X, and I'm putting the O, which is hearts, in the middle. So these are from, this is my way of keeping my thin cuts organized. I use a 6x8 notebook with 6x8 pages, and I can easily quickly flip through it. And I pulled out my stitched hearts and my stitched ovals and made a couple of stitched hearts in different sizes so I could put them together and they would be, you know, the same shape heart. And so I'm going to pop up the double layer of heart and put it right in the center of the big X. So we've already got an X and an O going. And then there's a little sentiment with a little oval at the bottom. And I am going to use the stamp set from Oh My Heart. Since the oval is so small, I'm going to use those little teeny letters, which are so cute. And I'm going to put I Heart You. And they're really tiny to work with. So it's kind of hard. They're kind of hard to work with because they're so small. But that's just me. So I'm using my 1x1 block and just trying to put the little pieces on there to make a I Heart You. They're a little tough to work with and they stick to your fingers. And there's a teensy little hug and kiss, X and O. And so that's going to go on my oval also. So I'm just trying to make sure that it fits on the oval. So I have to maneuver the X and O up a little bit to keep it on the little oval. So there we go. Okay, so it fits. So I am going to, since the pink is a little dark pink, the raspberry, I don't know how well the raspberry would show up. So I'm using black, my favorite intense black ink. So I Heart You. And then I will go ahead and pop it up also. So, I mean, pretty darn easy card. And so I think, okay, well, on the inside, let me put something on the inside. I mean, you don't have to, when you're doing the card challenges, you don't have to do anything on the inside. You can just go ahead and that can be it. But I will probably give this to somebody. So I'm just trying to figure out, what do I want to put on the inside? Well, I could make it, you know, consistent and put a big X and an O, which is what I decide to do. But I am going to put, since we've got hugs going, I'm going to put a hugs enclosed on the back so everybody can see that it was a handmade card. And that's not a signature, but it's no Hallmark card, that's for sure. So I'm going to put this big X and O on there, but you know that O is a pretty big space to get filled up with ink, and I think I need to add some ink to my raspberry. But it's hard to get it to be kind of consistent all the way across. There we go. That's cool. With hugs enclosed. And then the envelope, what'll I put? I'm gonna, I kind of decided I will go with the X and the O, but I'm gonna do the second generation. So there we go. And the fact that it's, slightly uneven, that doesn't bother me at all. And there's another little heart on this, excuse me, on this sheet of stamps. And so I'm going to put the heart on the inside of the O. There we go. Done. And easy. The next card is going to be my Mojo card. And so the thing about Mojo Monday is Julie puts all of the sizes of papers that she, is suggesting that you use. So it really makes it very simple because you've got the measurements all ready to go. It's not like you have to guess, which is okay too. I don't mind guessing, but just going to get that a little bit straighter. So anyway, you've got you're leaving a little bit of white border, and then you're leaving a bigger pink border around, and then so I'm just stacking all of these Oh My Heart papers. And the thing that's fun is those hearts on that particular paper I just put down are all the colors kind of on the Color Dare thing, the yellows and the bluish greens and the pinks. Those are all on that particular paper. So that's kind of fun. And I totally forgot here I had puns that I was going to put on the inside of that. But since I was not thinking, I'm going to put sweetheart. So, maybe that's okay because this is, it's not exactly, puns are okay for kids, but this could be okay for Jim. So I'm just kind of placing the stamps on how they're going to look, and then I pick them off to go on the stamp. So that actually works pretty good. So with these big stamps, you really want to make sure that you're wiping off the excess that comes from the block being kind of big. Whoops, forgot my little pressure sponge there to get a good block. And there we go. So actually this looks good. The sweetheart looks good with a doily. Maybe doilies don't go so well with puns. Anyway, I like it, and I'm going to pop up my little doily sentiment. It's a good thing I got those in the mail the other day. I sure have been using those up. So now the only thing I need is just a little ribbon to go across the bottom. And I think I'm going to use this ribbon again because, number one, the little hearts on it are raspberry. They're not red, they're raspberry. And the color that, a lot of the color that we're using on this card is actually raspberry. And so I'm just going to trim that down so that it's even with the little pale, pale pink bows. It's my phone going off in the background. Anyway, those hearts look cute. And then I try to make a bow with this, and it just doesn't work. Okay, so the bow didn't work, so I'll come back to that later. Meantime, I'm going to figure out what to put on the inside. I've got Sweetheart on the outside, and there's another stamp on here that I haven't used, and it's I love you this much. And so that's sort of like the, was it Goodnight Moon, where you hold, you hold your hands out. Maybe it's not Goodnight Moon. It's one of the kids' stories. And so anyway, they have these little hands in here that are so cute. Oh my goodness. So I love it. Now I've got to get the hands and stuff to kind of work, and they keep on sticking to me. There we go. And so if it doesn't quite fit, you can always go on the diagonal, and that helps. Okay, so I'm putting the raspberry away because I'm not getting a super clear. Like I said, I think I need to add more ink to my raspberry. So I'm going to use my intense black. I was thinking maybe that's going to be too dark for the inside. But anyway, I'm trying to make sure I get a good impression here. Look at those cute little hands. Oh, love it. Okay. Now I'm going to use the raspberry back on the smaller stamps, and that works out real good. Just so you know, over to the left there is the thin cut. That is the scalloped circle thin cut, which is available. All these thin cuts, the ovals and the hearts, and that scallop thin cut, they're all stitched and they're all available on right now. So if you decide you like them, then they are available. And I am putting my envelope with hearts on it, coming out of it with hugs enclosed, and that's going to go on the front of my card. But anyway, I think this is real cute, but then I kind of decide I need something at the bottom. And I go through my stuff from Oh My Heart, and there was a sticker there. And it was another heart, so you can't have too many hearts on Valentine's Day. So I'm adding that, and it's raspberry, so it was perfect with the stamps. So there's the thin cuts, the scallop circles. It's a cute little sentiment element. So here are my cards for my 2 challenges. So hugs enclosed and X's and O's, intense black and raspberry, the thin cuts, and here are what I started off with, and here's how I ended up. So you can do these. Thanks for watching. Bye now.